how about we do, because I thought about saving it for next stream, but I think we'll actually have time. Do you want to do our not so early game of the year rewards? It'll be our third one before our final one. It is technically time to do that. We give ourselves, for those who don't know, 4 chances throughout the year to predict who we think the Game of the Year award will go to, and then the nominees as well. And this is our third chance because we're in August, so we're 3/4 about through the year, at least through the beginning of December. And so I could go ahead and look up the games releasing in 2020. I think, did I use GameSpot last time? I don't know. I had a nice, we'll use GameSpot here. And we'll take a look at all of them. So if you didn't see our last couple, my pick for Game of the Year was Elden Ring. So that probably has, I still don't think that's changed. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning less on it, but I still think Elden Ring was too strong. But I'll go ahead and hopefully...
I mean, at this point, what other candidates are there that have currently released?
So I will say Xenoblade 3 did end up getting a lot of hype, and it's getting a lot of praise, and it's probably the best of the trilogy, but we'll wait a year to see how Xenoblade fans feel.
I haven't played any of it yet, so I can't personally weigh in on that and give my opinion on it.
I can't either, but everything about it looks phenomenal. But I don't think it would beat Elden Ring, but I actually might be willing to shift it into my nominees, whereas before I don't think I did. I don't recall what my nominees were exactly for the first time we did it and the second time. I know the one that I got rid of was Horizon Forbidden West. I think I had that in my nominees the first time. I got rid of it the second time because I was like, yeah, it kind of came and went. That being said, and I'll try to find the games that mostly specifically like came out this year. You kind of have to keep last November because like the deadline is like halfway through November and then December in mind, but I don't think anything.
I was gonna say, like, what came out at that point? I can't really think of
honestly,
anything.
I don't remember, but I'm not personally gonna worry about it because I still don't think whatever it was is gonna be Elden Ring, but it might get a nominee depending on what it was.
Looks like 2021 game releases were about Forza 5, Call of Duty Vanguard, SMT5, Battlefield 2042, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Time to look at December.
Yeah, what came out December 2021?
Solar Ash, Warhammer 40,000, Chorus, Danganronpa, Disney Magical World 2, Spellforce 3, Final Fantasy 14, Endwalker, Life is Strange 2 Colors.
Nope. None of that's going to get nominated, so. Well, I'll try to find the things that came out here. So we had Pokemon Legends Arceus on Switch. Personally, one of my nominees.
I've never played it.
My personal games of the year. Maybe not my game of the year, but one of my games of the year. That game was amazing. I might even, just make some notes to myself again. So Pokemon
Apparently
Legends.
Halo Infinite also came out.
Yeah, it won't, but yeah. What else here? So that was honestly basically January was Pokemon, because everything else is like a port or something like that. February we got Dying Light 2 kind of flopped. Maybe not flopped, but it didn't.
It wasn't met with the praise people were expecting it.
Right. Horizon 2 was February. And then Elden Ring. That's right, because Elden Ring came out the week after.
Yeah. Yeah.
March. Triangle Strategy could maybe be it actually did end up doing pretty well.
That's the other one that I had on my list was
Yeah.
Triangle Strategy.
We had
2K22 WWE.
Yeah, no. Although it did do really well, actually. We had in April, so not a whole lot in March there. April, not a whole lot. May, oh boy,
Salt and Sacrifice was a good indie game.
Salt and Sacrifice, yeah. I don't know if it would. I don't know.
It might win an indie award.
Yeah, sure. Cuphead will. I think the Delicious Last Course will get some kind of award for whatever the fuck they would put that under.
Today we're announcing we're adding a new category, and it's the best DLC, and the winner's Cuphead.
Yeah, that might be it. Honestly, Neon White was a game that actually surprised people how good it was.
What one is that?
It's like the one that's like it's like an all white game with a lot of vibrant looking colors besides the white, and you're in a first person shooter, kind of like it looks like you're.
Oh, that one, the one
through
with all the you're like
heaven.
someone sent from heaven.
Yeah, that game got like 9s and 10s, dude.
Where do you see this at?
Neon White?
Oh yeah, it's in June.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually
came out on Switch and PC only. That's surprising.
Yep. It actually did really, really well. People were loving it. Shredder's Revenge actually could legitimately get into the Game of the Year nominees. It was that good. July.
Didn't Live Alive come out as well?
Which I was looking for it. There it is. I don't know if it would, just because it is
technically a remake.
Yeah, but I'm gonna write it down for now.
I'll put it in parentheses.
Yeah. Digimon Survive didn't do great. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 did though. And we'll get to those.
Stray's another one that people wanted to.
Honestly, after It Takes Two won last year, I'm not ruling out indie games very often.
Yeah,
because
as someone who's played through it, I don't think it'll win, but I do think it's a pretty good game.
Honest to God, Soul Hackers 2 I think is gonna be a big hit. I don't know if it'll really break outside of the SMT JRPG fans, though. I think that's its biggest thing going against it is it's not Persona 6. It's
gonna be one of those things where the few people that aren't playing it outside of the fan base already are gonna look at it and see, oh, Soul Hackers 2, what's the first one on? Oh, I guess I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because people bought Persona 5 and they didn't play the. But I think that Soul Hackers it doesn't have a name that's carrying it right now, and I don't see it being a big breakaway game like Persona 5. But I don't know. It's tough to say because I didn't know Persona 5 was going to be as big as it was. So, although I guess it was kind of getting there. Last of Us Part 1. Does that really come out September 2nd? Jesus Christ. Well, it's not getting any fucking awards.
I can tell you I'm not going to buy that game.
Yeah.
I've played through it already on what I would argue, just from seeing the pictures,
it's the same fucking game.
Looks better,
says.
and is gonna be the exact same game. Yeah.
No, it's
they made the characters in the new version look ugly, so fucking bad. So I am not getting it.
It is literally the exact same game for actually $70. Like, no, I know some Last of Us fans were like, oh, you're shitting on the hard work of the developers by saying it looks like they... No, we're not shitting on the developers. We're not shitting on the people who were told to make it that way. We're shitting on the fucking higher-ups who decided they want to do a built-from-the-ground-up remake of a game that's only 10 years old, that doesn't fucking need it, that had a remaster... Well, the remasters... How old is the remaster? Whatever. That looks fine. That's backwards compatible. We're shitting on the people who made the decision to fucking greenlight that shit in the first fucking place. I think it's disgusting that it's going to be $70, and they can go fuck themselves for that one. But no, I feel bad for the developers. It's not their fault. It's not their fault they, got to get paid and they want to work on games, and Naughty Dog's a big company. It's probably a good place to work monetarily, I would fucking hope, considering how much money they make. Like, no, you're not shitting on the developers by saying it looks like the exact same fucking game. It's not their fault that they were basically told to, like, do the same game but make it look a little better, which is even debatable anyway. Dragon Ball The Breakers. I actually really want to play that game, as silly as it looks. I really do.
I mean, people play Dead by Daylight, so it's like the want for that game is there, and you have a ton of people who like Dragon Ball, so it's like you mesh these two things together, and you got yourself a weird love child between survival horror and Dragon Ball.
Mario Strikers, no game. I think that game kind of flopped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how it did sales-wise. I'm sure it did fine, but I don't think it ended up being what everybody really wanted it to be, unfortunately. Specifically in regards to the online stuff. I know I was a little disappointed to hear some of that. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I would love to do an online league, and then they're just like... Mario and Rabbids looks good, but it's not going to win a Game of the Year award. You know what? So I don't think I did originally as much as I liked it, but I remember when I watched the last trailer for Bayonetta 3, I was very impressed. It actually could now. I think it actually has a chance. Because before I thought to myself, like, it'll probably be like Bayonetta 2, but with improvements. Like, it'll be good, but it's not going to be one of the best games of the year.
It looked really good
but
from what I saw.
The trailer did actually look... I might have to... Okay, God of War Ragnarok's back in the race because it didn't end up getting delayed. As of right now, and I don't know if it will anymore. I thought it was gonna, and then it didn't. So there's that. Scarlet and Violet look good, but they're not. No. And then there's a lot of to be announced. So we have one more chance, though. The next time we do this will be right before the Game of the Year. Okay. Game of the Year awards. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to say, honest to God, I still can't see anything beating Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The more and more I think about it, I'm like, well, I mean, it is just gigantic. And I mean, like, emphasis on that. Gigantic Dark Souls 3, maybe, But I still think what it's doing at the level it's doing at is impressive. With God of War Ragnarok back in, it's possible. And I will say that God of War comes out around the time of the Game of the Year awards. It's going to have the hype going for it. Because Elden Ring, by the time the Game of the Year awards comes around, will kind of have died down a little bit compared to God of War. That might actually benefit it a little bit because the votes won't have been in yet. Probably not. So I'm gonna stick with Elden Ring still, but it's the gap has closed a little bit. It's not as guaranteed for me. So I think and for the record, it would be one Game of the Year and then 4 nominees. I'm gonna say Game of the Year Elden Ring. Nominees are God of War. Stray is probably my indie game. Then again, TMNT is technically...
I was going to say, TMNT would probably be mine.
I'm actually going to say God of War, Stray... Xenoblade 3, I do think, is going to be a nominee at this point. That's 3. Would it be
Bayonetta.
Pokemon? I don't know, man. Pokemon was really unique. It was a really unique for a Pokemon game. I might go with Bayonetta, just slightly over Pokemon for now. That's a tough one because Bayonetta's not out. But if Bayonetta 3 comes out and it ends up being like good but not like amazing, I might actually switch that with Pokemon as in. Then again, I guess when the next time we do this though, the nominees will probably have already been announced. So the next time we do this, we're probably not picking our nominees. We're probably just picking our game of the year. Who do we think is going to win? As a matter of fact, I got an idea. The next time we do this, what we could do is just go through all the categories they have and pick who we think's going to win everyone that we care about. Because some of it's like favorite streamer. Like, who gives a shit? I don't, like no one's going to, we don't know. So yeah, I guess the next time we do this, we actually won't be picking nominees. So this is your last chance to pick nominees. We'll see. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say God of War, Bayonetta, Xenoblade 3. I think I'm gonna go with Stray over TMNT, and then Game of the Year is Elden Ring. There you go.
Well, mine's gonna be different because I've played Stray, and I think I still stand by the idea that the only reason people love that game so much is because it's a cat.
Sure, maybe it could be. It could be.
Because the game's really fucking short, actually. Like
I've heard
it's only like a 4-hour game if you like you just get through it and get done with it.
Right. Yeah. I've heard.
The game itself is just it's a lot of running away from things and just solving some puzzles and doing cat things. Like you can literally take naps, and there is a trophy in that game for spending an actual real life hour taking a nap in that game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gabe. I haven't played it, but people love it. Gabe says he thinks AEW is gonna win Game of the Year.
Well, that if it does come out in September, I would definitely.
Now you're making me not want to pick Stray. Now you're making there's got to be some kind of indie. They always do an indie thing. If I didn't pick Stray, I might actually throw Soul Hackers 2 in there because I'm telling you, it looks really good. The DLC is atrocious, but other than that, I don't know, man. I just feel like it got a lot of hype. And so did TMNT, but TMNT's been done before. And, while Stray might be dumber in concept and might be less of a video game, if that makes sense, because it's more, like you said, playing around as a cat. I still think it's more unique, and it's one of those things I feel like you're going to be like, it's artistic, it's different, I don't know.
The idea itself is pretty cool, but the gameplay is just what I explained. The characters are pretty interesting because they're just it's a bunch of robots that think they're human. They mimic human behavior, but then again, that's also been done before in games prior.
I'm gonna stick with that though. I'm gonna stick with what I said.
That is completely fair.
What did you say yours? I can't.
Mine's basically the exact same as yours, but I put TMNT in instead of Stray.